Well, Peter Bol this morning is claiming vindication after the Sport Integrity Australia body closed its investigation into a false positive drug test against him. The athlete had returned a positive result from the banned substance EPO earlier this year. Joining me live is Catherine Ordway from Canberra University, former ASADA. Catherine, thanks so much for your time. This has been months that Peter Bol has been going on with this. There was a sample A, sample B testing, and now we finally have this exoneration. What should happen now? Is there recourse for compensation or an apology, anything like that?
Well, it's very difficult to say because what the statement from Sport Integrity Australia says is that the World Anti-Doping Agency laboratory experts just can't agree. So the World Anti-Doping Agency needs to have a close look at this, and they've said that they're going to. And then once we have that result, we'll know whether there's been some clarification that is needed in the process for the laboratories or what's gone wrong here, because we're still a bit in the dark.
So what do you suspect has gone wrong here? And what questions are you asking this morning, Catherine?
Well, all the way through, I've been asking about the process that's developed this test. So what we see around the world in not just, of course, anti-doping in sport, but whether it's developing vaccines or manufacturing cars, that the standard is always young white men, typically university students from North America, from Europe and Australia, and they're considered the standard. So when you're looking at an EPO range of what is normal, then that tends to be the normal. So if that's what's happened here, they really need to expand it across the diversity of profiles in our athlete population.
Yeah, Catherine, not only that, but would you say there needs to be a change in standards in the way these matters are aired publicly?
No, I don't think so, because that standard is in place around the world, that when a laboratory finds what's called an adverse analytical finding, that's considered enough to rely on. So we have to actually go back to the first step and say, at the laboratory level, what is their process, and do we have enough to rely on as evidence in the Court of Arbitration for Sport? And that's where it seems that it's gone wrong, back at that earlier stage.
Peter Bol this morning has said he is vindicated. Is he?
Well, I think exonerated and vindicated are very strong words. At the moment, we actually don't know, because there are some experts that are saying, well, this is an adverse analytical finding. This is indicating a potential breach of the anti-doping rules. And others are saying it's absolutely not. So while we've got this kind of mess across the different experts, that needs to be clarified. For Sport Integrity Australia's purposes, they've said we're not continuing with any further investigation. If the experts can't agree, we are not going to be taking this athlete through further pain. And I think that's the right decision.
Catherine Ordway, great to talk to you as always. Thanks so much.